So you have this and you wanted to learn more about collage. And it's so simple. Let me give you some ideas of what I've done with just this. This magazine is a men's magazine, but it was an old magazine and they were giving it away basically for 10 ringgits. I got this in Malaysia. It is a Malaysian magazine, it looks like right here. I liked this one because it had a lot of very big pictures of faces and bodies. It has a lot of like full body, but also it always has some sort of trend. So the trend is either makeup or watches or something, colognes, that kind of thing. And what I saw here as I was flipping through is that it had a lot of watches. So a lot of faces, but also a lot of watches. And I thought, ooh, I can do a lot with this. And 10 ringgit is so inexpensive. I'll put on the screen how much that is. It also had a whole section of just like gems. So I was like, what am I going to do with this? Right? What am I going to see? What am I going to do? And I'll show you what I did. I combined the gems with the men. And I thought this was really cool. It kind of helped me learn how to cut out things with an X-Acto knife. I think that these are really cool. It gave me an idea of like scale and proportion. And then it also just was really whimsical, very surreal. And I loved the idea that I kind of had like, now I have a set. So this is ready to go whenever I feel like I can drop them into a scene in a different collage and poof, they're ready to go. I really liked those. That's only one way I worked with this magazine. And I use this magazine as a limitation, as kind of like a challenge to myself to only use one magazine because I was traveling. So I only had this one magazine. I had my cutting mat, and this was basically all I had. So I was able to really kind of create something pretty cool, I think at least, something very surreal. So that's one thing that I did. The next thing that I did, I don't know if you remember like the cutouts where like the head, the body, the chest, and the legs, you could intermix them. That's kind of what I did here. So I kind of mixed like this is somebody else's torso and his front half or top half. I thought that was really cool. I also like this one was just insane. This is his head, this is a body, and then this was somebody else's legs. So I thought that was really cool. And this one, he looks like kind of like a little short person. We have his head, we have his body, and then we kind of cut into there. It kind of helped me with proportions. And then this one, I really like this one. It was kind of a moving one. I don't know what I'm going to do with his arm because I kind of cut that off, or it was cut off for something else. But you can see that it's just his front half, and then his legs are just like oversized compared to his head. And I thought that that was really cool. So this is another way. Now I could have like, made it even more surreal and kind of like put some gems on his head, but I was kind of working with what I had and I only had so many gems. So this was another thing that I did.